I'm back. 16-4 run. Let's keep it rolling. What's going on, everyone? And welcome back into another episode for Just a Bet Outside MLB bets for April 10th. We are ready to roll this week. You guys all know what we've been on. It's a crazy run of 16-4. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's not sustainable, but we're going to try to keep it going as long as possible. I just want to preach one thing before we dive in. Bankroll management is key right now. I know you guys think every one of these bets is a winner. Just make sure you're not just blowing a ton of units on all these bets. Stay disciplined. We have a 161 game season. We're going to go through ups and downs. So I just want to point that out. Whatever your 1% unit or whatever it is that you use, just stay disciplined. So that's where I'm at. Um, I do apologize if we have a losing day today. We can blame it on my wife because she made me get a haircut, and I'm pretty superstitious. So I didn't want to do that when we're on a 16-4 run, but she didn't get it. It's Easter. I had to, I guess, not look so homeless, according to her. So that's the deal. So we'll blame the haircut if not, but we're gonna have a winning day. Before we dive in, like, comment, subscribe. You guys are crushing all of it. Thank you guys so much. I can't believe it. Almost 400 new subscribers in the last 3 days. I'm so humbled. I appreciate all the support. This is so freaking fun. So let's dive in. And before we go into the four best bets I have for you today, let's go over the bets recap from Saturday games that we had. There it is, 4-1. Senga over 5.5 Ks. Got that pretty easily. White Sox minus a half in the first five. Thanks to Vince Velasquez. They got that also. And the Yurfie, the first Yurfie of the year, we hit it thanks to the Cardinals scoring two in the top of the first. Dodgers team total over five. They went over that towards the end of the game, but we didn't get the Will Smith home run prop, but that was plus 475. What are you going to do? We were taking a chance. He had a good matchup, but he didn't get it. 4-1, up 1.5 units. We're up almost 8.5 units at a 31-16 record right now. Imagine if all these were 1 unit. That would have been nice. But I'm staying a half a unit today for these bets. I'm not quite ready to commit fully to the unit, but it's coming very, very soon. I promise you. So without further ado, let's get into bet number one. Game number one, here we go. White Sox at Minnesota Twins. White Sox money line minus 110, Twins money line minus 110. This is a straight pick 'em game. Over under 7.5. Twins 6-3 on the year. White Sox 4-6. My best bet on these first two bets, guys, you're not gonna love because they're unders. But this first best bet, under 4 runs in the first 5 innings between these two teams at minus 130. Um, it's hard to cheer for a root for under 4 runs in the first 5 innings, but you know what? I think we got a great matchup, and let's dive into that. It's Dylan Cease on the mound for the White Sox, runner up for a Cy Young Award last year. We all know he's a stud. We've tailed him already this season. He gave up 2 earned runs in 11.1 innings so far this year. He's also pitched. He pitched about 16 innings versus the Twins last year, and gave up 0 runs and only 2 hits. I mean, he dominated this lineup. He dominated everybody. I expect a great game out of him. He shouldn't give up maybe more than 1 run in the first 5 innings, in my opinion. Um, and then you got Kenta Maeda on the other side. He's an interesting one because he missed all last year after a Tommy John surgery. But before he is actually hurt, he was one of the top five Cy Young candidates. He had a 2.7 ERA. And you know what? It's hard to know if he's officially back, but after the first game, it looked pretty good. 5 innings pitched, 9 Ks, 1 earned run. I know it was the Marlins, but it's still a good start. His stuff looked good. His velocity looked good. And so White Sox hitters are 12 for 48 versus Kenta Maeda. So that's 250 average, nothing special. Hit like 2 home runs, I believe it was. And we all talk about it, but the White Sox hit lefties better. Maeda is a righty, so I expect this game to be like a 1-1 game kind of game after 5 innings and under 4 runs. I mean, the only way we lose, guys, is if there's five. Four is even a push. So I love it. You might have 3.5 in some books. If it's plus money, I might be okay with it, but I love the four. Just gives us that safety, that insurance. But I see a low scoring game, not much hitting in the first 5 innings. I don't trust the bullpens yet, but I don't mind the under 7.5 for the full game. But I like the under 4 in the first 5 innings at minus 130 as my best bet of this game. Let's move on to bet number two. All right, here we go. Game number two. Miami Marlins at the Philadelphia Fighting Phils. Marlins money line minus 120. Phillies money line plus 100. Over under of 7.5. I know you might be wondering why are the Marlins favorite? It's because who's on the mound. Sandy Alcantara, the Cy Young winner last year, a stud, the man, the myth, the legend, everything. Last game out, he just pitched a complete game, giving up no runs to the Twins. This guy is as good as it gets. He has the possibility of going 7, 8 innings in this game, to be honest with you. On the other side, Matt Strom for the Phillies. He's an okay pitcher. Career 3.74 ERA. He's only pitched 5 innings this year, and he gave up 0 runs so far. He allowed 19% hard contact last year, which is pretty good. So far this year, it's been a little higher, but here's the main thing. I'm going to tell you my best bet. You're not going to love it because it's going to be tough, but it's the under 3.5 runs in the first 5 innings. Similar to the last game, we're going first 5 innings, under 3.5 total runs at plus 102. This is a hold your breath. It's going to get sweaty. It's going to get dicey. I mean, we can't have more than 3 runs in the first 5 innings. So it obviously got the Cy Young winner. We all know Sandy Alcantara can hold down any single offense in this entire league. Matt Strom, a decent enough pitcher. Can he hold down the Marlins? I think he can hold it down enough, and here's why. These are 2 of the 4 worst offenses in the major league so far this year. The Marlins are dead last this year in scoring runs, 2.2 runs per game. That's just absolutely terrible. And the Phillies are 27th, scoring 3.3 runs per game. So all I need is like a 1-1, 2-1 type of game, and it could even be 0-0, 1-0. I can see that happening easily. As long as Strom is decent at home, then I just love this under 3.5. But anytime you got under 3.5, like I just said, you might not want to follow it too hard because you might gain a few years on your life watching this. But that's what I love. I got to go with what the research says in the plus 102. That's great value for a stud pitcher and 2 terrible offenses. So let's ride it. Under 3.5 Marlins Phillies, first 5. That is my second bet of the night. Let's move on to game number 3. Okay, game number 3, and this might be my favorite bet of the day. Nationals at the Angels. Angels money line minus 250. Nats money line plus 210. Over under of 9.5. Um, I'm gonna go right into my best bet, but before I do, it's Patrick Corbin Day, guys. Whoo, baby! It's one of my favorite days, just like Vince Velasquez Day. It is Fade Patrick Corbin Day. Best bet for this game, over 9.5 total at minus 114. I absolutely love it. Let's move into the matchup now. It's Patrick Corbin on the mound, the lefty that absolutely sucks. I'm going to be honest with you guys. He's a minor league pitcher. He's not a major league pitcher right now. And he's only pitching because he got a huge contract. I think he's making the most money on this team, which is absolutely crazy. But he signed it a few years ago when he was actually decent. Um, he has given up 8 earned runs in 9 innings so far this year. Last year, 6.31 ERA. Nothing's changed. He hasn't got any better. He absolutely sucks. And oh, by the way, the Angels are the third best hitting team so far this year against left handed pitching. I mean, they're going to tee off against this guy. On the other side, Jose Suarez, another lefty. He gave up 6 earned runs in his first start to the Mariners, including 2 home runs. He's a career 5.16 ERA guy. He's prone to giving up home runs, as you saw in his first start. And Nats actually have the most at bats versus lefty this year. It's over 100 at bats, so a little bit better sample size. And they have the 5th highest average, hitting 328 versus lefties. I don't think the Nats offense is great, obviously, but we did see him put up quite a bit of points in Colorado. If they get a bad enough pitcher, I can see the Nats putting out 4 or 5 runs against Jose Suarez, and I can see the Angels just scoring a crap ton of runs off Corbin. And oh, by the way, let's say it's only at 7 or 8 runs after 4 or 5 innings, which, by the way, is probably pretty much a lock at that point. These bullpens are absolutely atrocious. So you're going to give me 2 terrible pitchers, 2 teams that hit lefties well, 2 terrible bullpens, and oh, by the way, it's going to be pretty nice weather down there in Los Angeles. Sign me up for the over 9.5. I thought it was going to be 10.5, so I will gladly take it. Over 9.5, minus 114. Still a half unit, but it's my favorite bet of the day. Let's move on to our final bet. Okay, final bet for this video. Dodgers at Giants. Dodgers money line minus 155. Giants money line plus 135. Over under of 7.5 runs. I'm going to get right into the best bet and then we'll explain it. It is a same game parlay. Julio Urias, 5+ Ks, and the Dodgers money line. You put those two together at plus 106. Let's go into Mr. Urias. I don't know how you pronounce it, but the lefty for the Dodgers. He's a stud. I did take the alt K line, so I think it's over 5.5, but I took it down 1. I just need 5 or more Ks. He has absolutely dominated this Giants team. Here's how many Ks he's had in the 4 games versus San Fran last year. 8 Ks, 6 Ks, 5 Ks, 10 Ks. Only one came really like right on the dot at five. He's just absolutely dominant. He had under a 1 ERA against him, a 4-1 and .9 ERA. Like it's just unbelievable. He gave up 3 earned runs and 30 innings pitched. It's crazy. And then you throw on the fact that the Giants have the highest strikeout percentage against lefties so far this year. I know this year is a small sample size still, but they had the fourth highest versus lefties last year, so it's not any different. That's about what they do all the time. I expect him to go over his 5.5. To be honest with you, I just took it down one for the parlay because I like to play it safe sometimes, get some winners. Then the second part, the Dodgers money line. Logan Webb is on the mound for the Giants. He's supposed to be their ace, but he's struggled so far. Um, Against the Dodgers last season, he gave up 13 earned runs in 21 innings. Guys, the Dodgers own this guy. They just absolutely crushed him. 5.57 ERA. So far this year, he's 0-2 with a 6.5 ERA. He's not any better. I just don't think he's the same pitcher he was a couple years ago. And you saw that last game out against the White Sox. And so you're going to give me, I mean, Dodgers money line Urias 5+ Ks. You're going to give me a dominant pitcher in Urias against the Giants. The Dodgers money line because they crush Logan Webb. I actually think the Dodgers -1.5 is a good bet in this game. I think they do it. I took that down to just money line 5+Ks. Lock that in for my final bet and same game parlay at +106. I love it. Those are our four bets. Let's go to the bets recap page. All right, there it is. Under four, first 5 innings for the White Sox and Twins at -130. Under 3.5, first five in the Marlins and Phillies. Couple unders to start out. I know. I apologize. +102. Over 9.5, Nationals, Angels. Runs, and more runs. After we root on those unders, let's get like 13 runs in that game. Let's win easy. And then the fourth bet is the parlay in the Giants and Dodgers game. Urias 5+Ks and Dodgers money line at +106. Any added bets will be in the pinned comments, and I have a good feeling since I only have four right now, I will add at least one more bet tomorrow. So be sure to check back for that. I cannot thank you guys enough for the support. It's just unreal. I love it. It makes me want to work even harder. So thank you guys so much. Enjoy some baseball, and we will talk to you guys later.